Hey guys, we're doing a Q&A video today. So I wanted to do a change of setup. This is where I edit all of my videos. I thought, I would just have this in the background. Please excuse my extremely messy desktop. That's what happens when you edit a lot of videos. So I have my laptop in front of me. So if I'm looking down, I'm reading the questions because I'm using my phone to film. You guys are here in front of me, and I will just go ahead and read the questions from the poll. First of all, thank you guys for submitting your questions. There's going to be no rhyme or rhythm to the order of these questions. I'm kind of just going randomly. So I'm a Pisces, so please bear with me. Sometimes we have zero organization, sometimes we do. So today is one of those days when my organization capabilities are at a -%. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. The first question is, how are you? And similar related question is, I've been thinking about you too. Are you okay? You haven't posted recently. Is it a financial or health problem? Hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I've just been very, very busy over the last few months. I do work a full-time job, so throughout certain times of the year, I do have to travel, either in-state or out of state. So I was in New York and also in Boston, and I actually brought my laptop with me to edit, and it was just wishful thinking, like very wishful thinking. I was just so tired from the traveling, and then at night I just wanted to be a potato and do absolutely nothing. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that, that feeling. So because it is December, I am going to have more time to edit because it's winter break. Typically in December, instead of traveling, I spend it editing. So hello. So hopefully I'll be able to work quickly and be able to get those videos out. Okay, so next question is, how did you get into liking Yibo? Was it through Unique, Day Up, or a drama? For me, it was most definitely a drama. So I started watching The Untamed just randomly one day. I was looking for something to watch during lunch, and this was when the pandemic had just started and everybody, had to work from home. And I guess I had bookmarked The Untamed a few weeks back, and I just totally forgot about it. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. And at the time, I hadn't watched any Chinese dramas. I just wasn't into Chinese dramas. I was just watching Korean dramas mostly, or American stuff. But I don't know, I guess I liked the cover of I like the cover of The Untamed on Netflix, I guess. So I watched it. So in the beginning I was very confused. I was like, what is this story? And then after a while I was like, oh my god, this is the best drama ever. And then I got my brother into it, and then he started watching it, and then I basically watched it twice in a row. And after that I found out that Yibo was also in Day Up. So I started watching his Day Up episodes while they were airing, and about a month later, SDC3 started airing. So Untamed introduced me to Yibo, but I feel like I didn't really get into him as an artist and really become his fan until SDC3. It's a combination of the three, I want to say, Untamed, Day Up, and then also SDC3. That was when I was really, really into
Yibo and watching his interviews and following all of his activities on Twitter and IG and things like that. So
definitely all of those things combined. Yeah. Okay, and then what drama do you like best or least? Legend of Faye, Being a Hero, or Luoyang? So I watched Luoyang and Being a Hero. Legend of Faye, I watched probably the first 8 or 9 episodes. I didn't get to finish it. I forget why I stopped, but then based on what I have watched, I feel like Luoyang and Being a Hero are kind of even on my list. I liked both. So Luoyang, I really liked the story of Luoyang, the costumes, the set design, the graphic design was really on point, and you could really tell it was a high budget drama. Although there were some parts of Wang Yibo's character that I wasn't really into, I feel like the rest of the drama really made up for it because of like the story, the pacing, and also the chemistry between all three leads. I feel like really bumped the drama up on my list. And then being a hero, I really like the fact that he challenged himself with that type of role. Not every day do you get to see like Yibo, who is, you know, a cop and upholding justice. I feel like he really broke through with his acting, and I feel like you could see that he is getting more and more comfortable with each role that he is taking on. And I really love the fact that he doesn't choose the roles that are the same all the time, because there are some people or some actors who always tend to choose the same types of roles. I'm not going to name any names, but you guys probably know who I'm talking about, aka The Rock. They always play the same character, aka themselves. I really respect Yibo for constantly choosing roles where he allows himself to be challenged in the role that he takes on. And Legend of Fae, so I'm not too sure either, but I think the reason why I couldn't finish Legend of Fae was because I, for some reason, couldn't really get into the story. And also another thing that really bugged me was Yibo's dubbed voice. I think after watching so many Yibo videos, like I know what his voice sounds like. So when it's not him and I see his face, I'm just like, I can't get over the fact that it's not his voice. And thank goodness, Luoyang and Being a Hero, it was his own voice that he did the dubbing. So thank goodness for that. But then Legend of Fae, I'll probably give it another shot. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to start from the beginning again because I kind of forgot what happened. But I did stop watching it. But I really love the song from Legend of Fae though, the song that Yibo sang. So he gets a chef's kiss from me for that. Okay, and then next question. Which SDC season that Yibo participated in is your favorite and why? If he still participates in the future, what would you like to see his role as? That is such an excellent question. I kind of wish that Yibo, if he does choose to be in season 6, I really wish that they would bring back the structure that they had with the teams, with the captains being Yibo and Hangung or whoever it is that is coming back to be a captain. I really enjoyed the growth process of the dancers, and I really enjoyed seeing their performances and their like practices and seeing how each captain was able to work with all of them, either individually or as a team, really made me committed to the show. And I think that's one of the downfalls of season 5 is that I know they were trying to, you know, experiment and like try something completely different, which I, you know, applaud them for their efforts, but I really want them to bring it back to how it was in the first 4 seasons. It was just so good when, you know, like Yibo, Wang Jia, and like the other teams. I really wish they did that this season, and I really miss it in that extent. The part each of the captains like try to persuade other dancers to like come join their team. I feel like that was always the highlight for me, and the fact that that was kind of missing in this season, you know, I just wasn't as excited. You can disagree with me on that. Let me know like what you think too, but that's just my initial feeling. Also, another thing, I'll probably make a video about this later on. One thing that I didn't really like about this season was because they chopped up like the behind the scenes practices for each team, and then they moved it over to like it being a VIP episode. Like without the behind the scenes material, you aren't really relating to the dancers on a deeper level. And so because they moved those over to like the VIP episodes where you have to pay to actually watch them, when I finish one of the official episodes and then I have to go back to a VIP episode to watch the behind the scenes, like I forget what the performance was, and then also I feel like you're just not as into it. Does that make sense? I feel like that was one of the main issues of this season, was because they took out all the behind the scenes and then they just did like all of the performances in a row, like without much development for the dancers. And I feel like that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. I feel like I digressed, but I'm gonna do a video on it later on. To answer your question, I like completely went off tangent, but to answer your question, I would want to see him as a captain. Again, not a mentor, because I feel like he was more of a mentor this season versus the last 2 seasons that he was in. Next question is, I believe you're from China or of Chinese descent. Have you been there? And if so, do you miss it? Yes, I am of Chinese descent. My parents are both Chinese. However, China has a lot of different dialects throughout the country. And so my family speaks Cantonese. And like, I feel like conversationally, I'm able to speak Mandarin, but I don't know how to read and I don't know how to write. I only know English. And just to go into that a little bit more, so the reason why I know Mandarin is because my parents basically stuck me in a private kindergarten when I was young, and nobody spoke any English there, and it was run by a group of teachers who are from Taiwan, and then all of my classmates were Taiwanese, and they didn't speak English either. So I feel like I picked up the playground language when I was there, and when I graduated from there and I went to a public school, I only spoke English, and since then I just never had the chance to really speak in Mandarin anymore. But I feel like what I learned during that time has really stuck with me even after that. But I have actually never been to China. That's always been on my list to go. Ever since I got into Chinese dramas, I really wanted to visit China at least once, because before that I never had the inkling to go, and now I'm like, I really want to like just see it, you know. However, maybe in a few years, because right now I feel like it's not necessarily the best time with what is happening over there, you know, like with the protests and all of that. And I feel like the US isn't necessarily on the best terms with them right now, so I kind of don't want to get stuck there. I don't know. I don't really know. It is what it is, but I do hope that one day I'll be able to visit there, because it looks like a really beautiful country. I've been to other Asian countries, and China has been on my list for the last few years. So hopefully in the future I'll get the chance. Okay, so next question is, would love to know, how do you come up with the topics of your videos, as in what inspires you, because they're quite random and very entertaining. We missed your uploads, and we'll be tuning in to anything that you post, whether it is Yibo related or non-related. So thank you so much. I'm glad to hear it's entertaining, at least. So I get my inspiration just like my videos, randomly. When I get an idea, I usually get my ideas as I'm watching a video or like a clip or something, and I will usually jot it down. I have an ongoing list on Notepad of the ideas that I have, and I tend to pick and choose from there when I want to do a video. Sometimes it also depends on my inspiration to finish a video. So sometimes I'll have something on the list and I will start working on it, but sometimes when something like really inspires me to finish the video, I will actually put that one aside and then work on another one and post it first. Because when that happens, I tend to have a lot of videos that are unfinished. So right now I have probably like 4 or 5 that are unfinished. Again, I'm a Pisces, so I'm trying to finish things. That's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, is to finish all the videos that I have that are ongoing. It just depends on like what I'm watching, or like if I'm watching something that, you know, I really like admire the editing of like a certain variety show, I'll be like, oh my God, I can actually bring that into my own video. And then I'll have inspiration for that, and then I'll try to like learn how to do it. So it is random. And then I think that is pretty much it. I think the last question is, Ang is asking, what are your thoughts on the percent of agencies in China who receive over their clients? I'm assuming like how much their artists get paid. Is that what it is? I'm not too sure. Well, I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of like news in regards to like Chinese agencies in China, so maybe there is something going on here. If you want to clarify down below, I can answer your comment, but I'm not too sure because I'm not really keeping up to date with like news, and I also haven't been on like Twitter as much or Instagram as much, so link me to an article or something, and I'll see what's happening. I don't really know. Okay, so I think that concludes our Q&A video for today. I am currently working on a video, so hopefully I will have that up soon after this. Yeah, and also I was very surprised that no one asked for the giveaway. I did 2 giveaways on my channel before, so I thought you guys would want another giveaway, but it's okay. It's okay. I really appreciate it that you guys chose the Q&A video. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.